Sticking with the Auditor General report, she is making several recommendations to the province, including lowering car insurance, better protection for home buyers, and paying closer attention to the environment. Sean Cowan has more on that.
From casinos to car insurance and home buying to the Greenbelt, every year the Auditor General makes recommendations to the provincial government on how to spend taxpayers' money. There are dozens of recommendations, but here are a few. First, let's start with the environment. Bonnie Lysyk says the province needs to do more to protect our green spaces to avoid flooding in urban areas.
Green spaces, which absorb water and reduce stormwater runoff, continue to be lost, with 94% of urban centres in Ontario showing declines in green space over the last 20 years.
When the government was asked about protecting Ontario's green space and wetlands, this was the response.
Well, respectfully, again, the Greenland's boundaries, we are in a housing crisis and we're building homes. On the border there, people say intensify around transportation corridors. That's exactly what we're doing.
The Auditor General also found some room for improvement when it comes to the Niagara Escarpment.
Our audit conserving the Niagara Escarpment noted that the Ministry of Natural Resources and Forestry does not provide sufficient financial and staffing resources to the Commission to effectively and efficiently implement the Niagara Escarpment Plan and the Niagara Escarpment Planning and Development Act.
The official opposition says they are not surprised the report found areas to improve on when it comes to the environment.
This simply has not been a priority for this government. Frankly, it's not a priority as part of the whole spectrum of this government not being interested in the environment. For them, real estate development, developer interests, that's the priority. And everything else is set to the side.
The Auditor General also found people in Ontario are paying big bucks for car insurance.
We obtained 10 insurance quotes for a consumer with the same characteristics but different residential locations, and found that their auto insurance cost ranged from $1,200 a year for an individual living in London, Ontario, to $3,350 a year for somebody living in Brampton.
Another interesting find in the report, the province sent mystery shoppers to several casinos and found they could launder money at 2 of them. The Auditor General is also recommending some changes to the home buying process to better protect consumers, including a possible cooling off period that could give buyers the chance to back out of a firm deal. And the Auditor General says she will track the recommendations that were made today. She also notes that 70% of the recommendations that were made to the government 2 years ago were actually implemented.